Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is David Rutherford. I am the director of orchestras here at Fairview High School, but you knew that. Welcome to tonight's concert. Finally, a live performance here on our stage. You're in for a treat. You are probably wondering, why is he wearing shorts?
Maybe.
Question mark. This has been our year. Our year has been waist up. Because when you're sitting at your laptop and the only thing that people can see is from here up. And so we decided, why change anything now? However, we have had 7 wonderful weeks of being able to be together and to make music together. Tonight's concert is the culmination of a lot of things that we've been able to work together on throughout the year, but you never really get to feel it and understand it until we're all together in the same room and actually making music and putting your sound with other people, and we blend it together until it becomes something that is truly meaningful, not just to us, but to you. And so I'm thrilled that you're here to hear these young people play incredible music. We're going to start with a piece by Tchaikovsky that you all know if you've ever watched the Muppet movie. You know the Miss Piggy and when Kermit the Frog and they run together, and then there's this beautiful moment, except that they miss each other, but it's the music that happens at that moment. This is one of the most romantic, beautiful melodies ever written, because Romeo and Juliet is a love story, and Tchaikovsky was great at writing music that just dripped emotion. It starts out very mysterioso, and then it gets very agitated, and then it moves into just these incredible moments, and you'll recognize the melodies from Romeo and Juliet by Tchaikovsky. Not easy to put together in 7 weeks. There's so much in that you get to hear at one time, but we've had the opportunity to really sink our teeth into some of those moments. And just to hear them really playing, first violins, fabulous job. Everybody, cellos and the violas, those melodies, and oh, it was great. That's the second one. Basses, not so much. No, the basses were great. So it's been an odd year. We've been working waist up all year long on lots of things, but I was really thrilled to be able to put together something for this year to make online orchestra work. And you've been getting emails, and hopefully you've been hearing Musical, the podcast. But I want you to hear from the students who really have spearheaded this, taken it by the reins, and really made this happen. So Maya Panuel, Justin Hine, and Caden, would you please come up? They're going to give a little presentation.
As Mr. Rutherford mentioned, my name is Justin Hine. I'm Caden Dew.
And I'm Maya Penuel.
and we are your musical podcast administration team. So for those of you who don't know, when we realized that school is going to be mostly online this year, Mr. Rutherford had the fantastic idea of basically converting our class into a podcast production class. So we're going to tell you a little bit about that and recognize some of the team leaders and teams today.
For those of you who haven't worked on a podcast before, it's a lot of work, and unfortunately, not everybody can do everything. So to solve that problem, we had to divide our orchestras into 10 different teams. Goodbye, Quinn. Goodbye, Daniel. We'll miss them. So we divided our orchestras into 10 different teams. I'm going to go through those teams, kind of tell you what they do, and if the orchestra, if you are in the team that I'm talking about, if you wouldn't mind standing up so the audience can see what you've been up to, that would be fantastic. So first off is our script team, led by Audrey Wellington right here. Give a round of applause to Audrey. So the script team is in charge of researching and writing what gets said during every single episode, as well as organizing a lot of the interviews that we have. So Audrey, along with her team, researched all the different genres of music that we covered and put them all into an episode. Next up is our story team. If you're in our story team, please stand up. Nobody? Okay. So our story team is in charge of the story Arca, which is featured in every musical episode. And Arca basically tells the story of a conductor and his orchestra and going through time with music. And as well, we have our editing team, please stand up, who gets to oversee the process of every single scene in the musical and kind of make sure that everything is going smoothly and make sure that everything is as good as we want it to be. So the work of the script and the story teams gets sent to sound design. Anybody in sound design? So sound design gets to kind of figure out where we want to have music, where we want it to be quiet, and what sound effects we want to have in the background. They also get to record those sounds. They work along with composition to kind of put together all the music for the podcast. And then voice talent, our voice talent team gets to, also Daniel, gets to record everything that the script team writes. All of our music is sent to everybody, and we all get to record that. Then from there, all those recordings are sent to our audio engineering team, who has the grueling task of editing and sound balancing every single recording they get. It's one of the hardest jobs, and props to them for that. So those are the main 7 teams that kind of develop the podcast, but we also have 3 more teams. That includes our web design team, who designs the musicalpodcast.com website, which you've hopefully seen before. The marketing team, who runs our Instagram page and advertises our podcast, and they design all of the merch that we make. And lastly, our IT team, who helps us with stuff like live streaming our concert tonight and releasing all of our episodes.
So we wanted to share this March calendar with you tonight, just to show you how difficult this actually is. I mean, we're working with 70 plus students here, and everybody has a part in this podcast. So every single person's work is featured in the podcast many times throughout our 6 different episodes. But this is just 1 month. This is March. As you can see, we have different colors for different episodes, different tasks for different teams, and everybody's kind of looking at this calendar throughout our production process to make sure that they're meeting deadlines, that we're all working together in a collaborative way, but also an exploratory way.
So all of this work goes into create our podcast. And so we have 6 episodes that we're making this year. 4 of them are already out. And so you can go listen to them. You can search musical podcasts anywhere that you can listen to podcasts. And we would love for you to listen to this podcast if you haven't already. If you have friends or a student in the orchestra, we're just so proud of all of the work that they've done this year. It's really hard work, and it's also like really fun to listen to the end product. So our most recent episode was World Music, where we explored music from the Global South. My personal favorite is jazz, which featured Hazel Miller, who's an incredible jazz musician. And up and coming, we also have episode 5, which will go into rock, and episode 6, which will be movie music. So please go listen to that and share it if you haven't listened to it or shared it. Yeah, thank you so much.
You really have no idea how much work these three have put into it, and each of the team members and all of the students. So it's a tradition to honor seniors who are graduating and to say thank you. And so there is one senior in this group, and that's Audrey Wellington. Audrey, can you come up? Because I have for Audrey the tiniest little viola she's ever seen. But it does have. We're gonna work up the minute waltz on that. All right, we're going to finish this program with a piece by Mikhail Glinka, the Gruselle and Ludmilla Overture. This is, the thing about this piece is that it seems like there are parts that are hard, but those aren't the parts that are hard. Those are the parts that are fast and have lots of notes. It's the stuff that when it gets all spread out and the whole thing kind of gets very disjointed, those are the parts that are really hard. And that's what we've been finding since we've been together and working on this piece. However, when it all comes together, it's one of the most exciting overtures I think written. Just so much fun to play. It's a glorious romp in the key of D major. And especially when we get to the end, you'll hear that, oh, wow, it's just a really fantastic ending. So here is Mikhail Glinka's Gruselle and Ludmilla Overture.